All right, back to Mike Evans. It's funny, this is, a 3-year contract, but when you look at the structure of it, really just a 1-year, $16.3 million deal based on the guarantees, which, Jay, I think that's great business for the Niners for what Mike Evans is right now at this stage of his career. He's still a physical jump ball receiver. It's something, if Juwan Jennings is gone, that the Niners not only fill, they upgrade in this spot. And it feels like an insanely low risk when you're talking about 1 year of guaranteed money.
Yeah, definitely. And I think what this speaks to is that, the Niners offense when Purdy was healthy, statistically, was right there with the Rams offense as one of the best elite offenses in the NFL. But then you look at the difference between how those two teams played against Seattle towards the end of the season. I think that just brought into stark light the fact that you can't do it with smoke and mirrors all the time. Sometimes you just need to get a dude who can just beat his guy one-on-one. And Purdy just didn't have anyone who was creating separation or anyone who could win a jump ball against Seattle's defense, while Matthew Stafford had Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. And so with Mike Evans, who I get it, he's about to turn 33, he's coming off an injured season, but Mike Evans, his whole career is that he has been this metronome of consistency where every year it's been 75 receptions, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. And I think that he's such a good pairing with Purdy because, much like Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy will pull the trigger. He will take shots downfield. He is a gunslinger. He's not a game manager. He will throw the ball up for grabs. And Mike Evans, I think, should age pretty gracefully if he can fix these hamstring issues, because he's never been a guy who's been super dependent on his speed. He's 6'5". He wins at the catch point. So I think just as an added wrinkle, it's just a much needed dimension for San Francisco's offense and a great pairing with Ricky Pearsall. Because now if Pearsall is healthy, the Niners have two legit wide receivers who can be elite at the position to go with Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield and then George Kittle once he gets back from his Achilles injury.
Yeah, see, I don't know that that's the case. I mean, to me, I think Ricky Pearsall's still a question mark. You know what I mean? You're like, if he's healthy, he's still in elite. I'm like, do we know Ricky Pearsall's good? We've seen flashes of it. We loved his college tape, but I don't think, I think there's a non-zero chance that Mike Evans is the number one wide receiver for one of the better offenses in the NFL here. And that even in a scenario where Ricky Pearsall becomes what we all thought he could be when he was drafted in the first round a couple years ago, I think there's still a scenario here where Mike Evans becomes this year's Devontae Adams. That was sort of an easy conclusion I came to yesterday when I was doing social videos. I think other people came to it as well, but not a ton of yardage, but a big red zone threat. Think about what Devontae Adams did last year with Matthew Stafford. They get in close, especially when you think about George Kittle coming off the Achilles, right? And we don't know when he's going to be back. Mike Evans immediately becomes the best red zone threat that Brock Purdy's going to have. And so you mentioned it, 6'5", Ved says, does Evans' move make Pearsall a better fantasy pick? Yeah, potentially, because I think he takes some attention away. But I don't know what look, Kendrick Bourne is now an Arizona Cardinal. We don't know if Juwan Jennings is going to be back with the team or not. So there's again, non-zero chance that Mike Evans is the best fantasy wide receiver, best fantasy pass catcher on the 49ers here. I have him in my initial ranks as kind of a low-end wide receiver too, in that, 20 to 24 range, right? 18 to 24 sort of there. We'll see how everything shakes out here. But again, I think he's going to be double-digit touchdowns, and I don't know, maybe he's 800, 900 yards. Not a huge yardage total here as well. I mean, again, remember last year, the first year, and he was injured for a while, but last year was the first year in his NFL career that didn't get 1,000 yards. So I think this is a great landing spot for Mike Evans. And to your point, Jay, a smart move by the Niners front office.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.